Yeah, actually, since this is not illegal, since this is not illegal, I'm not totally sure why. I'm not totally sure why every man doesn't like do this. Is get the point, John. Just I'll have sex with any like pretty young white woman. If you're if you're a pretty young white woman, uh, I'll have sex with anybody who's not a pretty young white woman, who's a woman my age and weight or less, but they have to be over 21. They can't be in a relationship and they can't have any diseases. You cannot have it been any one time a man. But I won't marry you. I won't marry you because I'm not going to be attracted that long. I could do have like a one night stand, but I can't trade my freedom for overweight ethnic chick or single mom or something like that. But if you're a pretty young white woman between the ages of no, if you're between the ages of 22 and 35 and you can have a kid and you let me knock you up, I'll pay for you. I'll get a job and I'll just pay for you. I won't abuse you. We can hold hands and go, and you be the mom, I'll be the dad. I'll do that, and I'll just keep filling you up with. I'm not being I'm not harassing anybody, but I'm just saying offer stance indefinitely. And if I knock you up, if I can just keep filling you up with cum, and if you don't take birth control, if I have a baby, the courts will make me pay. And I'm gonna inherit 2 houses eventually, and so we'll be able to like pay for the kid. If you want to be like a mom, I can be like a good dad. Like, oh, I'm not abusive. I can get kind of moody, but basically, here's my main flaw is like, I really am terrified of aging and death. As long as I can dye my hair and cover my face with either this shit or dermal filler and Botox, as long as I look in the mirror and I don't see myself visibly melting and looking like an old man, I feel fine. That's my main like feeling of security, is just thinking I don't look like an old man. And I know myself well enough I'm going to have to appease that demon till the grave. It's always been in me. And I can do this. If I get a job, I'll get like dermal filler and Botox. I'll try to look like more normal. But I can't just look in the mirror, and I have to either use a filter, or I just feel too depressed seeing myself like visibly melting. And so what's the point? If you can handle that, I'll handle any of your stuff. Like I had like a really abusive kind of crazy mom. I'll do whatever you want. I'll take you to the hospital. You could probably even cheat on me. I wouldn't even really mind that much. Just basically, if you're like a hot young white woman between the ages of 22 and 37, if you can have a kid and you have like a good genetics, if I'm like, dude, I want that door. If your pussy feels like that's a good doorway, I'll do whatever the fuck you want. But I can't just like give you my houses. I'll let you have half of my houses if you divorce me. But just I'm real basic. Like I just want to fuck somebody I'm really attracted to. My dick is like, that's a good one. And if you're a good one, I'll stay with you. Here's the good things about me is like, I can stay with you for the rest of my life. I can like not quit. Like I'll just be like, I'll deal with all your stuff. If I pledge to stay with you, I can stay with you. Like I'm real dutiful with like my dogs. Like I hate going to the fucking dog park, but I take my dogs to the dog park every day because I kind of like, I'm a softie for like, you know, people that I develop like I don't want them I have I'm not just gonna kick you out on the street or some shit like that. Like I'll stay with you if you need like trips to the hospital or whatever. But that's my main issue is just my face. Like I have this thing where I have to work out every day, or like at least 5 days a week, and I have to believe that somehow I'm fending off age-related deterioration and that I somehow look pretty in my mind. I've always had that. Every girlfriend I've ever had knows like, all you ever care about is your face and you just obsess about a nose job. Yeah, I have this thing where it's like, if I think I look good, I feel fine. I don't care about like I don't know, like, what's my point? I can force myself to socialize. It's not just going to be some sort of shut-in like sitting at a computer all the time type life. Like I'll go to dinner parties or stuff, but like that's my main flaw. I think if I just go to jiu-jitsu for like the next 20 years and work out, I could have like I can force myself to like engage with people and I can be like not so awkward. But my tendency, because of my shyness, because I'm always fretting about my face to some degree, is like I tend to sort of go like, oh, you see my big nose and I know you judge me, and then I just kind of like I hide at my computer. And my tendency is to like hide at my computer, but I can't really hide anymore because my eyesight is going, and I just need to get a job now. And so the name of the game now is just like basically just stay alive, pay bills, and try not to be lonely. And it would be cool to do that with like a woman who lets me make her pregnant, but I fear that just the window of time to do that was basically 18 to 35 when people could have babies. And I just, for the life of me, I'm not trying to be mean. I genuinely don't understand how you're supposed to make it work with like an older woman when you haven't had a kid with her. If I look on the dating site, I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to like marry these people. There's no like, I'm not attracted to them. I think you're supposed to do that when you're attracted, then you're supposed to stay together when you get old, because now they're like family. And you can probably be like, well, I've had sex with her for so long, like then I can still have sex with her when we're old and gray. But like when you're both old and gray and she's already had kids or you haven't had a kid with her yet, I don't get, there's no like, there's no attraction. And so I kind of worry that just that's kind of how it is like with me also. Like there's no young, the young women, they're not attracted to me because they're like, you're old, you're past prime. And so I just have to die alone. But anyway, I'll just keep putting this out desperately until I'm dead. If for whatever reason, if there's ever a young, pretty white woman who wants to be a mom, and you like me for whatever reason, if you let me fill you up with cum until on a regular basis until you produce a child, I'll be a good dad. I'll just live for my kid, and I'll keep a job, and I'll try to keep us from like not dying. And that's what I want to do. Offer stands indefinitely. I know it's not romantic, but I know you're supposed to. When I was young, I said all the other stuff, but I'm too old and desperate to just not say like the fun. Like this is how it fucking is. And what's the point? Just that's what I want to do, and I don't want to say I want something I don't want. So Sean Patrick Richards 415@gmail.com. Just if you're a young hot white woman, if you're attracted to me, you don't have to be that hot, but just I have to just think like, yeah, I want to have a kid with her, and you can be like a total bitch. You could be like semi-retarded. You could not speak English. I don't care. I know most people say like they want like connection and so I know you're supposed to say that, and I know that if I say that I'm not like that, you're going to be really turned off. But I'm just being honest, and honesty is probably really not a good policy for getting laid. But like, I don't know, on the just on the off chance that you have some like flaw, like let's say that you have some weird disease, or maybe you have like a Tourette syndrome and it turns off. I'll deal with your Tourette syndrome as long as you're hot. If you're hot, everything else is fine. If you're hot, if you have like some weird like smelly feet that never go away, if you're hot, don't care. And unless you have some disease that's gonna curse my kid, like if you have like hemophilia and it's definitely gonna go to my kid, I don't want my kid to have like some fucked up thing. But just other than that, I just want like a hot chick. What's the point? I always just wanted that. Every woman that I said I'd marry her, she was just like a young hot white chick. What's the point? I can't get it anymore. But there's no harm in just saying that that's what I want. And so I'm just gonna put that out there regularly until I'm dead, and nobody's gonna respond to it. But can't hurt, can't hurt. Nobody's listening, right? I don't want to say this a lot, but just wouldn't it be great to just have a world where with like augmented reality, where you just have like a little sign over you. As long as it's not illegal, men should just have a sign on their head that just say, I'll fuck any woman between the age of like 21 and 35 as long as you don't have any diseases and you're not married or something like that. And then it's just like people could just be like, no, all right, well, can't hurt to try. Nobody's listening. I don't want to talk about this a lot. In the game industry, in video games, they used to have these free-to-play games where they would have a free-to-play model which involved making most of their money off of whales. The idea on at least the game company I worked for called Hexify back in the day, the idea would just be like, get lots of eyeballs on your game, and then 99% of people are not going to like your game. But it doesn't matter, because if you get enough eyeballs, there's going to be some one crazy person who for whatever reason just loves your fucking game, and they give like $50,000. There's some crazy person, they go, oh, I just love your game, and they pay most of the bills. And so the engineers at my game company that I was working at said that, yeah, like most of the revenue comes from these whales who for whatever reason just love the game, and they just spend like all their money on your game, and then that's enough to float the fucking company. I think that same model could work for dating. If you somehow just became like a YouTube star and you had like millions of people watching you, the chances of one crazy hot chick liking you for whatever reason becomes increasingly high. And that's all you need. You just need like one hot person to just fill up with cum and have a baby. And so if you're that hot young white woman, that's my email. If you like me for whatever reason, I promise I'll pay for you, and I'll never, if you let me marry you and have kids with you, I'll never break up. Even if I do, the courts will make me pay. But I'm really good about like, I'm like a good soft-hearted person. Like I'll stay till the end, and I won't cheat on you. I've never cheated in my life. I'm like kind of a foolish, like good-hearted person, and I don't know. It seems like young women don't want that though. They want like a bad boy with like a tattoo and shit. I'm gonna get a tattoo, ephemeral tattoo on my face if that turns you on. But for most people it seems kind of weird, but anyway, that's all I got. That's fucking. I've run out of ammunition, and just man, I wish I just knocked up my ex when we were young. And so that's it. I'm just gonna keep saying that until I'm dead.